I've got Trizo and Rick from Dead in a Second, and how are you guys going?
Great, thanks, Kat. Yourself?
I'm good, thank you. It's been a busy time for me, but I think it's been a busy time for you guys too. You've been recording again, haven't you?
Yeah, we don't stop recording, Kat. When was the last time we spoke? A few months ago?
Yeah, when you released the Divinals cover.
Oh, that was September last year. So yeah, we're coming on
Yeah.
6 months. How time flies.
Yeah, we're both still doing what we do.
You know what? We are. We're keeping the hands on the clock moving around and around, even though the time isn't always correct.
So when is it an album or an EP you're about to release?
It's actually a bit in between. It's called a mini album,
Right.
which means we've shaved stuff off the album, but we've put an EP on stilts. So yeah, no, it's called a mini album. We just before Christmas signed with Possum Universal, and they're our bosses now. So when when they say it's a mini album, we say okay.
How come you shaved a few songs off? Didn't you think they were quite up to standard, or did you want to get it out quicker?
No, the songs were never there. Yeah, no, it was actually the other way around. We're just recording, and it was always going to be an EP, and then they want it in the album charts, and to do that, there's some extra content on there, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I think they were loving the Streetlight remix. They thought, yeah, this has got to go on. So things like that.
So there's a couple of songs on there that have been released before.
We can't say any more than that.
That Streetlight, I don't know if that was actually officially released or not even anyway, was it?
Not officially. It was just available for a little bit. But yeah, it's now got a good home in the Double Treblio I. So yeah, it's good that it will see the light of day.
Well, you said you can't say too much, but can you tell us if All the Girls in Town is going to be on it?
No.
It's not.
No, that's Girls in Town was never about Dead in a Second. It was always about a tribute to Chrissy, and there's no way we would ever profit from that. And yeah, even if we were allowed, which we're not, it's not our thing. It's completely separate, and to respect the Divinals and Chrissy's family, yeah, there's no way we put that on our record. Beefed it out.
Right, and then you've just released a single, Reputation.
No, we haven't. We haven't released any singles. A single has gone out to you guys called Reputation, to the media, just to have a listen to the style of the record. But no, there's no single being released. The record's released in a week and a half, on the 14th.
I'm sure that when we spoke a while ago that you said the stuff you're working on was heavier, but Reputation isn't heavier.
Yeah, well, it's funny how things are heavy, and then when you get them into the mix period, it's different. Yeah, I think things change along the process. But I think in comparison to Maritimo, it's not as, I suppose, in your face, but I still think it's pretty heavy.
Right. And what about?
I know we've already been rejected from a few radio stations because it is too heavy. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of soft cock radio stations in this country, isn't there?
There sure is.
And so, from a singing standpoint, Rick, the songs on this album, does it feel different to you having to sing them?
I guess it's about time I got to do unleash the beast a little bit more. If anything, there's more depth there for me, Kat, and yeah, more enjoyment all around.
Right. And how long have you actually been with Dead in a Second? Have you been there from the start?
Same amount of time as Trizo has. So yeah, what are we? Two and a bit years now, man. So
yeah, it's a bit more than that. Yeah.
Right. So you have been there the whole time then.
Yeah. He was the first victim plotted. I did have songs, mind you, and the name, but that was about it. So yeah, Rick was the like I said, the next statistic.
Because musically speaking, you're responsible for most of the music writing, aren't you, Trizo?
I work a lot, Kat, and yeah, writing music is something that I do a lot of. So to answer your question, yeah, it is a big part, but everything's a big part, even doing the invoicing and the tax returns, do you know what I mean? So I'm involved with pretty much everything that goes on behind the scenes with Dead in a Second, But we've got some new members now, which we're pumped about. And if you're listening out there, Simon and Jono, hope you're practicing.
Word, boys.
Yeah, they come along, and we're wrapped. We feel the band's somewhat complete. We're a young band, and we've got to get out there and experience these things together. But all our focus and attention has just been working as a band.
Yeah, and you're about to actually head off on a bit of a tour with Jericho too.
That's it. Yeah, the Swarm Tour. Yeah, we're kicking off Friday 28th the Espy down in Melbourne. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Our mate's Jericho. So,
we're pumped to get on the road with Jericho. So it's been a couple of years since I last played on the same bill with those guys, and they're great guys, great live, and great music. So
it must be a year since you're in Melbourne too, mustn't it?
Yeah, it is. It actually is. Yeah, March.
Yeah, we missed you, Kat.
I will make it this time. What room in the Esplanade are you playing at?
The Gershwin.
Ah, cool.
We're pumped to get in the Gershwin room, and then the next night we're playing in Enigma Bar, Adelaide.
So there will be no playing up after the gig on the 28th?
There never is, Kat. It's all business. You know that.
So then you've got a few days off. You've got a dozen days off. So you're going to have a weekend off, and then you'll be hitting Sydney on the 11th of April and Newcastle on the 12th.
Unfortunately, there's no weekends off. There might be from the touring schedule side of things, but yeah, there's a lot happening at the moment for the band, and there's a lot of work, Kat. So the dates that you see are literally just the first set of dates. We've got a new record, and we've been locked away recording basically for over 2 years. Well, I have personally, we're done. I'm done. It's time to get out and play some shows, and we're going to try and stay out for as long as we can. There's been 2 records, 3 singles, and not to mention, the amount of kind of videos and press stuff we've done. So it's just time for us to get out and play live as a band.
Yeah.
And that's what we're mainly focusing on, and that's what we have been focusing on, the last few months. Well, since the record was done, complete. We've got to go out and earn our stripes, and we'll try and, as best we can, to win some new fans over out in this hard market.
So then, when is the mini album being released?
Next week.
The 14th
of March. So, yeah, we're very excited about it. Yeah, very excited.
So it'll be out in time for the Swarm Tour. Why the Swarm Tour?
We don't know. This is Jericho's tour, and we're happily guests on it, Kat. Yeah, so I'm not sure, but I'll find out.
So, you've actually, in the time that I've known you, you've got a little bit more, I'd hate to say free time, because you were doing virtually everything yourself. But as you said, now you've got a record label, you've also got a booking agent. So
yeah, this is all pretty relatively new development. Yeah.
You know what? It's still a collaboration. A record label and an agent doesn't, wake you up with toast and a coffee. You still got to be talking every day and working out what actually works from their point of view and your point of view. I mean, it's easy for, like an example, I can say, hey, I'm going to have a party in a different city every night. Well, that's fine. That sounds great, but how much is that going to cost? Where's that come from? There's always, dealing with, behind the scenes, and that's what that is. So, you know what? Someone should actually make a documentary on the real behind the scenes of that stuff, because it would be the most fascinating watch just to see how non-glamorous it is. But I suppose when you play, how glamorous, it can be. So I suppose, yeah, someone out there should.
Would you be willing to go on record with that?
Yeah, definitely. If there's someone out there, a couple of young guys with cameras wanted to do it seriously, we would do it. And I tell you, we'd have plenty behind the scenes stories, or not so much stories, not saying we've been there and done it, more of just what we're trying to do right now. And I suppose it'd work well with us because we're open, where we wouldn't kind of close it off. It'd be like, yeah, come in and film it. So,
but you said it's glamorous being on stage and that, but then, that's for 30 to 60 minutes, because even just setting up and then having to pack up and get there and find a park and all that stuff, that's not glamorous.
It feels glamorous, Kat, but when you look at it, it's 23 hours downtime of the day.
Yeah.
23 hours downtime to play an hour.
Yeah.
So you can cover that by eating or travelling or whatever it is, but at the end of the day, but that's just touring. And then you got the other side where you're recording, you're recording big blocks and all that kind of thing. So it's, I'm not trying to say it's something it isn't, or vice versa. All I'm saying is it'd be a great documentary to have a real behind the scenes.
Yeah, we'll definitely try putting that out there, see if we can get someone to step forward. But making documentaries is pretty much like making music. You've got to have the money for it, don't you?
Yeah, pretty good HD camera.
Yeah, no, I don't know. We had no money making this record, so literally, yeah.
But you do have your own studio, so I guess you've got a little bit of an advantage there.
Yeah. Yes and no. I see where you're going with it.
Well, yeah, some people would look at it as an advantage, but then you're basically married to your studio.
Literally, because no one else would have me.
Every time I talk to you and that, you're in the studio, but you're actually not tonight. This is probably the first time I think you're probably sitting out in the living room talking to me.
No, we're not. We're actually sitting in the studio and then we're talking.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, that's correction. The living room is the studio.
Well, I'll definitely have to come and see you when you play at the Esplanade on the 28th so that I can actually talk to you outside of the studio.
Yeah, Kat, it'd be great to meet you up front, I reckon.
Definitely. I look forward to it. And people can find out more about you on facebook.com/dead in a second.
Yeah, come over. We're not shy. Come over and have a chat and say good day and tell us what you think. So we're pretty open guys, and we're happy making music that we really enjoy on a deeper level. Kat, as you know from previous interviews and stuff like that, it's a pretty spiritual thing, and for us, and this band and the music is very, very dear to us. And this record speaks volumes. You'll hear it. You'll hear it in the music, and it's probably my proudest body of work from lots of different angles, I suppose. Not just like a producing or mixing, but more so a songwriting. It's really, I think it's a great record. So we'll see what everyone else thinks. And Rick's vocals on it. He's done a fantastic job. Being three singers. From singing to rapping and screaming like a crazy man. So it's very dynamic. I mean, you've heard one song from it, yeah?
Yeah, Reputation.
You can hear there's a few different kind of personalities in that song.
Yeah.
There's also a few sounding influences. I mean, we're always going to pick that up, but whether other people do or not, but we think, we've done the best we can.
I notice you've got a ringtone available too through iTunes.
Yeah, that's correct. You heard it, have you?
No, I haven't. I just saw it on your Facebook.
Yeah, look, I urge you to download and get someone to call you. Yeah. Maybe you should call me.
While you guys are talking, here we go, Kat. This is what it sounds like.
Call the G, ask now, ain't nobody home. Call the G, ask, better pick up the phone. Call the G, ask, but there's nobody home. Call the G, ask now, pick up the phone. Call the G, ask, there's nobody home.
You got that?
Yeah. Is that Rick's vocals or?
Yeah, actually, it's a guy called Rick Dog.
Rick Dog.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine.
Snoop Hammond.
Snoop Hammond, he's a good friend of mine, actually.
And I suppose Maritimo's still available on iTunes?
Yeah. Last time we checked.
It was. And on the 14th of March even, you will have a link on your Facebook to buy the new mini album.
Yeah, we sure will. We've been promoting it on Facebook, I suppose, for the last 3 months now. So there's plenty of videos on our page and all that kind of thing. So, but on the 14th, Friday the 14th of March, the Double Treblio goes on sale in all good stores and iTunes.
The Double Treblio will be out on the 14th of March. And is it going to be available in hard copy in stores?
Yes, available on the 14th of March in all stores and iTunes.
Very cool, because, you've got Universal involved in it too.
Yeah,
They're distributing it, are they?
That's correct.
Right, and then on the 28th of March, you will be at the Esplanade Hotel in Melbourne with Jericho.
Yeah, yep.
And the 29th at the Enigma Bar in Adelaide with Jericho.
That's the one.
The 11th of April, the Bald-Faced Stag in Sydney with Jericho. And the 12th of March at the Great Northern in Newcastle.
Yeah, also with Jericho.
Yeah.
It's called Swarm Tour, so we're pumped to play with our friends, and we're pumped to get back to Melbourne and take the band as well to Adelaide for the first time. So, on a serious note, we want to say thanks to our street team out there, especially Leash Taylor. Thank you very much, Leash. She's always there backing us, and everyone else that's shown the band love, thank you, and for everyone that isn't, thank you as well.
Yeah, I saw on Facebook the special present you sent, Leash.
Yeah, Alicia's great, man. Like, we got a lot of nice family. We got a lot of respect for those people. You know, there's been some light times, dark times, especially this last year, you know, while we've been, like you said, experimenting, creating this castle in which we now inhabit. And those people, you know, they're always welcome anywhere we are. They're the kind of people we like to be with anyway. So, yeah, a lot of love.
Thanks, guys.
And people, if they go and like you on Facebook at Dead in a Second on Facebook, they can keep an eye on where these new shows are popping up and when Double Treblio is available.
Get on. If you want to know everything about the band, what's going on, just jump on Facebook. Yeah, send us a pic.
Everything above the surface, but if you want a behind-the-scenes look, then bring a camera crew.
And a couple of bottles of tequila.
I was going to say, can you make it mariachi? Mariachi tequila, please. The worm's crunchy.
We'll see what we can do. Thank you very much. And
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks again, Kat. We appreciate it. Thanks for your time. And, you know, I hope you enjoy the record. It's there and it's available on the 14th. And we will see, we'll see you guys down Melbourne way pretty soon.
On the 28th.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Thank you very much and have a good night.
Thanks, Kat.
No worries,
Cheers.
Kat.
All right, bye.